That's it.
Episode number 83 of the Three Count Out Podcast.
That's what SummerSlam.
My name is Era. I was at MetLife Stadium this weekend. That's why I barely have a voice. I did not cheer for Brock Lesnar. Joining me this week, as always, Jacqueline Mike. How's it going, guys?
Better than your voice, I guess.
See, I sounded like that a week ago, but worse.
Well, I told you to stop
couldn't
deep throating.
Listen, how else
Did you sound like John Laurinaitis?
Oh,
People power.
What was so bad about my recovery time is that Monday is that I could talk, but it felt like I was getting my throat slit. Like I could still talk. It was very hoarse.
That
but
sounds
it was
great.
Painful. It hurt.
That's what it's like for me. It feels like there's razor blades in my throat.
Yeah.
I've been drinking a lot of water.
The razor blades I put in your throat.
Ooh, and then
you and Naomi.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You go out, you get some ice cream tonight too. You definitely cool that throat down. Whatever flavor you want.
I already had a little bit. That's how we get the
Hopefully
sultry voice.
Oh my! Hopefully it's not piss flavored because boy oh boy, put on your Depends, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be one piss filled
Or
episode.
don't if you're Brock Lesnar. If you're a Brock Lesnar fan, I guess. He doesn't like diapers. He likes that directly on film. Allegedly.
Oh, he likes a lot.
Whether you're going to be pissed off, pissed on, or just pissing, it's going to be a lot of piss this episode.
Hey, listen. If you're going to be pissed off about our honestly totally normal opinions about Brock Lesnar, because if you support him coming back, fuck you. Just leave now. You're not going to like this episode.
Very true. I think we have the normal reaction.
Well, we're also talking about wrestling fans and wrestling.
Yeah, the IWC is not what you'd call normal.
In the same sentence is unheard of in today's day and age. But that is going to be a topic coming up later down the line.
We'll get there,
gentlemen. I want to go in order this week, and something that happened a wee bit earlier than Saturday and Sunday was the Wide World of Sports NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame game.
We are
where we saw
back.
Our Detroit Lions go 1-on-1 with the apparently smurfing Los Angeles Chargers. For those with a bit of context, they had Trey Lance in at quarterback, and Trey Lance, a former first-round pick, top 5 pick in the NFL even, a bit of a fall from grace, albeit still a proven commodity when you put him up against middle schoolers.
Hardball's just having a little bit of fun.
A little bit of fun is a way to put it. I think Harbaugh was like, I need to make sure that our fan base is feeling pretty good before this season starts, before my inevitable 2 losses to Kansas City again, and probably, I'm assuming, first round exit in the playoffs yet again. So we're gonna set those expectations high, getting everybody feeling good. So when the exact same thing happens this season, we're gonna be nice and let down a little bit. We can look at each other and say, hey, at least we beat the shit out of Kyle Allen in the Pro Football Hall of Fame game, right, guys?
Who?
Right? Kyle Allen.
Third,
right? World renowned quarterback,
guy.
Kyle Allen.
5th string. What are we talking here? How deep?
Oh, this not even a string. He was the backup in Pittsburgh, and then Detroit went, oh fuck, all we have is Hendon Hooker, and we let all the other schmucks go. We need someone to just throw out there and get murdered for this game and look like a bumbling idiot. This white boy will do. Go on, go get it, son.
Yeah, they went, who are we okay with possibly getting murdered? You. You're not Jared Goff. Go out.
That's pretty much how they did it.
Which I am so extremely thankful that because I like the Chargers too. I like the Chargers. I like everything that they have going on this year. Mm-hmm. I like the Lions. I like Jim Harbaugh. I like Dan Campbell. I was, again, as my blood-covered pigeon scroll note said last week. Sorry about that again. That was the only thing I had lying around the house.
Yeah, that was a little creepy.
I was just so worried that they were going to be, okay, you know what? This is going to be a statement game. We're going to have something to prove. We're going to show the league that we're here. Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, everybody get out there, go. And Jim Harbaugh on the other side, Justin Herbert, go get him, Tiger. And then all of a sudden, the whole entire field gets injured. And what do you know? 2 teams are down before the season even starts. But I was just being a little paranoid. None of that even happened. What did happen, though, was Jim Harbaugh not bringing out his rookies, but bringing out multiple-year veterans in the NFL on the defensive side of the ball. I believe the gentleman that intercepted Kyle Allen the most is, I think, a 14-year vet in the NFL.
Nice.
In the NFL, he retired 2 years ago just to come back out of retirement again, just to dominate.
Just those knees off.
Yep. I'm trying to find the gentleman's name right now before we go on any further, because Kyle Allen didn't exactly impress anybody at all. Actually,
did you think he would?
Who would have thought? I am totally surprised this man did not impress anybody. Gasp.
Did I think he would? Oh, absolutely the fuck not.
The bar was on the floor, and he did not clear it.
And yet, somehow, some way, he still did not get back. Tony Jefferson. That's who it was.
Oh yeah.
Tony Jefferson. I was like,
He's been on a lot of my Madden teams because nobody picks him because he's in year 14. So he always stays around till the end.
He's fucking old as dirt. He's like, you know what? Time to make a name for myself. Hall of Fame game. Let's go, baby.
Better now than never.
The fucking
never back down, never what?
Never give up. Time to put on the walker and get out there and show them, baby. Tony, you're like, what, 38? I know, I'm in my prime. A fucking defensive back in the NFL. That's not even a dinosaur. That's water. That's so old. That is just the beginning times. That's Stardust.
It's so much CTE that he's Stardust forgotten how old he is.
My bad. I forgot that one. It's the one thing that is bugging me though is, again, I know it's a very casual take. I know not everybody is as hardcore football fans as we are, but Jesus, tap dancing Christ on a crutch, Lions fans. Just because our backups lost this game does not fucking mean Ben Johnson was our savior and our Super Bowl window is closed. Everybody hitting code red on a game that doesn't even matter. You can't even call this a preseason game because preseason starts this week. This wasn't even a preseason game. It was a celebration game. And people are losing their minds, and it's driving me up a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is the same thing as just organizing a football game with your friends.
It really
just so happens that all of your friends are NFL athletes.
Right.
If you want to be worried as a Lions fan, be worried about the fact that we picked up another person with a history of knee problems.
I'm not. Oh boy. Well,
we need to remember. We need to clip that and remember it for like January.
Yeah, because they decided to pick up somebody else that has he's had 2 major ACL injuries.
Good.
One in college, one in the NFL. That ended his seasons, and they were like, "Fuck it, we ball. I believe in him." So when somebody else on our defense goes out because they have paper knees, you know why.
Was it DJ Miller or Justin Herron?
Herron.
Justin Herron. Okay, so a backup tackle who's already going to try to replace Taylor Decker, who at this point also now you could say has paper knees as well too, which is so exciting.
Yep.
I
love it.
Just know that in a perfect world, and I don't think that perfect world is unfortunately this one, albeit, in a perfect world, breaking news at the time of this podcast comes out, the Detroit Lions trade away 5 Little Caesars pizzas, a sample of Dan Campbell's semen,
okay.
Ben Johnson's former uniform, Kyle Allen,
I don't know why I thought you were going to say Ben Johnson's foreskin.
Ben Johnson's foreskin.
Oh, we already had semen in there.
Curtains from our local Target to cover up that goddamn window at AT&T Stadium, and $20 to the Dallas Cowboys for one Micah Parsons, because it has come out as of late that Micah Parsons, oddly enough, because I told you guys last offseason that Jerry has to pay 3 people and he only can really pay 2 of them. He had to pay Dak, he had to pay CD, and he had to pay Micah. He's chosen not to pay Micah, and what a fucking surprise. Micah Parsons wants out now.
Well, and let's not forget that, like, why would you keep around the guy? Because didn't he last year just talk some mad shit?
Oh, yeah,
about
he
the
got
team?
hurt. He got hurt, and all the time on the sidelines, he's like, fuck, we suck. We're shit, man. We're terrible.
So, we all know where he's going, I feel like.
Go Birds, baby.
Pittsburgh.
What?
He goes where all the problem children go. Everybody with a piss poor attitude either goes to the Cowboys or Pittsburgh. They flip.
No. Howie the Wizard is going to come down and offer him a contract. We're going to swoop him up. We're going to get him in here. And we're going to finally get the Eagles dream team that I've wanted since fucking 2017 when I was watching Micah and Saquon. And I was saying, if those guys went to the Eagles, that's a team that'd be unstoppable because you have an offensive powerhouse and a defensive powerhouse. I fucking want it so bad. So bad.
How bad?
I mean,
so bad.
So bad. So bad. With all of your pieces that have been moved this offseason and all the defensive players and stalwarts that got shipped out, I think you guys do have some room on that like front 7 for him, because especially if you see that and you know that Jalen Carter's still in the middle of the field, boy.
Listen. The Eagles, we stacked up on draft picks. 2 draft picks for Micah. 2 first rounds for Micah. He's worth it.
I wouldn't do that.
We can fuck with it.
I wouldn't do 2 first rounds.
Why not?
Because I'm telling you right now, you give up 2 first round picks for a dude. Don't get me wrong. Micah Parsons, if his attitude calms down, is going to be great in the league for years to come. But if you give up 2 first round picks, that is asking fate to step in and go, fuck you. You don't get to have fun anymore. Here go his knees. You lose the best player, and now you don't have 2 draft picks. Enjoy.
The only thing that's really going to affect you more so than it will affect the Lions, for example, is that you would excuse me, that was gross. You would technically be sending,
that's what she said,
2 draft pick AO. You would technically be sending 2 draft picks to a division rival. And I know to a certain degree it's not necessarily it's frowned upon in the NFL realm. It's just division rivals are much harder to make trades with, because I'm assuming, because from Jerry's perspective, he wouldn't want to have to go up against Micah twice a year, you know?
Well, I don't think Jerry gives a shit about Micah, because Jerry hasn't even fucking negotiated with Micah. I don't think he gives a shit about him or his skills.
I don't think Jerry knows what he's having for dinner tonight.
I think Jerry thinks his name is Michael Parsons.
All the time.
He's a good young fella on the front. He's just asking for too much money. I don't know why I would pay the hot dog boy at the stadium over 7 figures just to sell hot dogs to people when I still need to put up these fucking curtains on the damn end zone and everybody wants me to tear down the whole fucking stadium and rebuild it again.
That's where Micah's contract money went, was to fucking blackout curtains.
Windows.
But somebody that doesn't have to worry about getting traded is somebody that doesn't have a back.
Oh, and who would that be, Mike?
Oh, just a former Lion that ended up leaving and going and immediately winning a championship. Matty Stafford.
Stafford's having back issues?
Yeah, his back went the way of Tony Romo.
Oh.
Is that just from the weight of carrying the Rams, or?
Oh.
That's just it. I mean, he had a good receiving core there for a couple of years, and he had to carry the Lions for a lot fucking longer. But
maybe it's all catching up to him.
It probably. The fact that like his back is, when you have to visit a surgeon a couple times, you know it's probably not good.
Yeah, you're
So
fucked.
I don't know who their backup is, but
Well, I just now noticed that you sent something to the group chat. Looks like the Rams backups are both Jimmy Garoppolo and college football playoff national champion, former Georgia quarterback Stetson Bennett
That's a good backup to
your
have.
two backup QBs you're looking at.
Yeah, Stetson is one of those ones that I don't know, but you think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to do anything amazing?
Not necessarily. He's gonna be amazing for making a bunch of MILFs underwears a bit wet throughout the course of the season, because now he's a bit of a silver fox. He's a bit older now, Mike. He's got some gray hairs showing.
I remember.
Speaking from experience?
No.
Is it your panties that are wet?
No, it's Jeff's panties that are wet.
I remember when Tom Brady first left the Pats and Jimmy Garoppolo was in, and they were like, he's gonna be a big deal.
The
and
savior.
The first game, you're like, no, he's not.
This guy sucks.
This guy is no Tom Brady.
He's great on the practice squad.
And then he had his moment to shine in Vegas as well, and did fuck all with it. Stetson Bennett is definitely the better choice to have, because I think he's a much better QB than Carson Beck, who isn't even the current Georgia quarterback anymore, because Carson Beck turns out the Georgia fan base doesn't like him throwing millions of interceptions a game. Went up and transferred to Miami. So if I had to pick between either Georgia QB, Stetson Bennett is definitely the one I'd go with. Is he the one that I think is going to take the Rams all the way?
Probably not.
With a aging Devontae Adams and I think year 3 or 4 Puka Nacua, we'll see how this goes. I don't think either QB gets the Rams as far as they do in the playoffs, because the Rams, they were, from what I remember, they were pretty close to beating Philadelphia in the divisional round of the playoffs in that very snowy game that you were at to see, Mr. Era.
Yeah, that game just took a while to kind of dial in, just because of the snow and stuff. Once the Eagles realized, hey, it is snowing, it is cold as shit, let's just give the ball to Saquon, then it kind of figured itself out. But it was definitely a rough start. I think if you're the Rams and you're putting in somebody like Stetson, I think at this point you're just like, look, dude, just get us to the playoffs and we will be more than happy with it, right? Like, especially if Stafford's down the entire season, it's like, look, you're our number 2. This is not going to be our year. Just show us that you can get us there, and we'll be cool.
Well, and that's got to be what I assume is the talk right now. Is like, is his back healthy enough to take some shots? Can he have back shots?
Can Matthew Stafford take back shots on an NFL field this year?
Breaking news: Matt Stafford gets back shots on football field. More at 11. Because the thing that you got to think about here too is that even if he does go through and get surgery, if he's out this year, they say this year's a wash. If he comes back in 2026, my brothers in Christ, Matt Stafford was the first overall pick in the 2009 NFL draft.
Yeah,
that is
been around for a minute.
Christ.
This season, it'll be 16 years ago. So if he comes back, that'll be year 17 off of back surgery already for a now 37. Next year will be a 38-year-old man. Again, extremely young, extremely healthy in the grand scheme of things for normal human beings. However, in regards to NFL standards, that's fucking old.
Well, and also,
yeah,
this is a quarterback that got the absolute dog piss beat out of him in Detroit for years.
Yeah.
Like, had multiple injuries in Detroit because of how much he got hit, and then left and got protected a bit more. So if his back's bad now, he can't go back to getting hit. Like, I remember vividly, and that's why I keep on referring to him. Like, Tony Romo, when they finally went, hey, dude, your back is toast, and he broke his back. Like, if that goes the way of Matt Stafford. That can fuck up your life in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't want to, a small injury can easily turn into a major injury if you're on a field getting hit by a 300-pound dude, that's not, that ain't going to end well.
So I will be very curious to see how and where everything goes with the Rams, because Stafford not having weapons in the beginning of the season really, really tanked the Rams immediately, like so bad to the point where that was one of the Bears' only wins last season, was beating an already depleted Rams, and that was Stafford doing Stafford things. And if you don't have that type of caliber of quarterback on your roster anymore, sure, you got Puka Nacua, you got Devontae Adams. Puka only works so good, in my opinion, because Cooper Kupp was already drawing most of the attention, and Devontae Adams also ain't getting any younger either. So if you don't have that type of quarterback there, I think the Rams are in a very, very, very scary spot moving forward, with the Niners getting some pieces together, the Cardinals on a big upswing, and Seattle in a weird gray spot. I'm not going to say Seattle's going to make much noise with the good old Sam Darnold, but I also thought he wasn't going to do much at Minnesota either, and look what happened.
Well, to be fair, when you have, Justin Jefferson in the field, you can just go, fuck it, he down there somewhere.
Very true. Very, very true. And it's very, very exciting that next episode we get to talk about more football, because preseason games will be happening this weekend and next weekend and the week afterwards, and somewhere in between there, McAfee's going to Dublin again, hopefully to have a bunch of beers with Seamus, and football season
God intended
will be swinging off to an insanely fast start. And I know McAfee was missed at one place, in my personal opinion at least. McAfee was missed, and he was not there at MetLife Stadium this weekend. And in Era's words, last week, in the armpit of the asshole of the world, New Jersey.
Yep, right there in the Meadowlands, baby.
That's right.
And as Michael Cole put it, the swamps of New Jersey. It's just surrounded by landfills. It's not a swamp.
Yummy.
Well, no, but it is constantly damp for no reason.
That's just all of New Jersey, dude. It's just always damp.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks. That's why I left. But yeah, it was. Let me tell you, for being at this, the first 2-day SummerSlam, we'll get to the stuff that we need to talk about when we get there. But we're going to try to focus on a lot of the positives as well. Because there were positives that came out of this. There were also things that aren't related to what you're thinking of that are negatives. Because this SummerSlam, the wrestling, the show that WWE did, great. Loved it. Loved some parts of it, most parts of it.
Could have been one night still.
Definitely could have been one night. And that's part of it, is it definitely could have been one night. But the things that were surrounding SummerSlam, like the WWE world, well, not even WWE World, because there wasn't the WWE World. It was a WWE Superstore, and then next to it was a WWE Collectibles, where you could buy $700 championship belts that were way out of my price range, and a Fanatics autograph and photo experience where they tried cramming everybody into an ice rink, and nobody could walk.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, there were a lot of parts. There were a lot of parts in this weekend that kind of seemed like just kind of shameless cash grabs by TKO. And I definitely think, look, I went to Mania. Okay, that was the first Fanatics thing. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna cut them some slack. Pretty good. SummerSlam. By this point, they figured out all their Fanatics shit. It's still the exact same problems as Mania, and it's very obvious that the Fanatic stuff surrounding SummerSlam is just a cash grab by TKO. And definitely because there was no WrestleCon on Sunday, because I legitimately don't think I think they had scheduled it when it was still one night SummerSlam. So it was some interesting business decisions made this week. Again, we'll get into it. But overall, I don't know about you guys watching at home, but overall, I had fun. I obviously part of my voice is still in MetLife. The arena sucks. It's horribly designed, but it was a fun time.
Yeah, the crowd seemed, which is wild, but it seemed like the crowd was a bit more together in night 1. Night 2 was fucking messy. The crowd kind of, I think, put a damper on the Becky Lyra match, because that match was pretty good. But the crowd during that, with the proposal and the fight that happened, I don't know if you guys saw the TikTok of that. And then all the other shit.
During the Becky Lyra match, there was a proposal, there was a fight, there were beach balls, there was a wave, there was one side of the arena chanting at the other side of the arena that this side sucks when they wouldn't continue the wave. It was like every single thing that WWE didn't want to happen. Oh, there was a turn the lights off. That, like, every single thing that WWE didn't want to happen happened in that one match.
Which is unfortunate, because it was, I mean, besides for the zip tie spot going way too long, it was a pretty damn good match.
And Lyra slipping out of the zip ties. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cole did not save that at all. Yeah. It was very...
I guess it's a little out of order, but I guess we'll just, since we're already talking about it. Yeah, I don't understand why, and maybe they explained this on commentary, but I don't understand why it was no disqualification, no count out, last chance. Like, why just call it no DQ? Like, what were they trying to make it seem like Lyra was actually trying to have a fair fight? Because we all knew that wasn't going to happen.
Right. Yeah, they did the no DQ last chance thing because now she can't challenge for the belt as long as Becky holds it.
Yeah. Well, Becky's probably going to be holding on to it for a while with that new theme.
Right, you'd think so. Comes out to new music, comes out with her big fluffy, rapper in Atlanta coat.
I didn't mind the new song. The new song was actually not that bad.
The only thing I don't like about the new song is the "I am the man" before it starts. Yeah. Just cut. Can we cut these producers? The song itself is great. Can we cut the fucking Becky Lynch producer tag out the front? Like, it's a good song. People will just associate that song with Becky Lynch. It's okay.
You could even say that about every single other song on the roster still.
Role model.
Oh, that's not her song anymore.
Yeah, it's not her song. No, she had a cool entrance.
Becky. Like, fuck,
Becky defeating Lyra is an interesting choice. It's an interesting choice because it's like,
I thought Lyra was going to win, but maybe they're going to move her on to something more, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's probably going to be like Bayley fighting on Lyra's behalf, and then Bayley gets the title, and then we get Lyra Bayley again. I
hope not. I hope that's wrong.
That's the thing, is it's like, because then we're just talking about Bayley being a transitional champ or Lyra losing. And it's like, I don't want either of that. So I don't like when they do these. I mean, I understand why they do these stipulations where it's like, you can't hold the title. And obviously it's as long as Becky Lynch is holding it, right? Like, it's not like it's forever. But I just don't like that, because it's like you're putting yourself in a lose-lose situation.
You know what would be amazing right now? They do this whole match. You don't get to challenge for as long as Becky holds the title. And Becky loses it tonight.
I mean,
and it's another thing that makes a whole other match that Lyra's in fucking pointless.
Kidding.
I thought she almost killed her when she did that leg drop out of fucking nowhere through the table.
My God. Yeah.
What an amazing spot, right?
That was great. Just appearing out of thin air on top of
her. I saw that. I was literally, I started to look away and I was like, oh my God.
Even Cole saying on commentary, "Where the fuck did she come from, dude?" It was filmed perfectly. I think the biggest issue with this one, with the stipulation, albeit, is that it was arbitrarily trying to raise the stakes.
Yeah.
When it needed a little more oomph, because that was the rubber. I believe they both won once, and now Becky has now won the series, and I think it's 2-1.
Lyra beat Becky in NXT.
Oh well, if you're going that far back,
that's how far back the feud goes, though. That's where it started.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of Becky's whole thing, is you wouldn't have a career without me.
Then in my instance, at least, I'm talking since
main roster.
The altercation of them being together at Mania, this specific feud, because I do think it is now time to let the feud go, because I really see this as, instead of Bayley getting involved, two people that I wouldn't mind getting involved just happened to lose their tag team titles on the night prior, but now we're hopping out of order.
Well,
I mean, we started out of order.
We can hop into order.
We could hop into order. I like this match. It sucked that everybody was distracted by literally everything else going on around it. The zip tie spot was kind of dumb, and it sucks that it broke. I think it also went on for maybe about 5-10 minutes longer than it should have. Still very good. Give me like 6 out of 10.
That's fair. I think the reason why the crowd wasn't into it is because there wasn't they were artificial stakes, and people were like the entire time waiting for the Bayley run in. People were, you could kind of anticipate what was going to happen in that match. And I think realistically also, when you look at it in the card, it was following an amazing triple threat and one of the best TLC matches that's been done.
God, and such a good TLC match. We'll talk about it later, but
yeah, I mean this match, Becky and Lyra, definitely should have been on night one, because night one we had not one, not two, but 3 tag team matches, and definitely could have used a little bit more variety. One of the tag team matches, specifically the one that Jackal was talking about, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defeating the Judgment Day. So Raquel and Roxanne are now without gold.
Jackal had said, because WWE released the WWE, Unreal, right? Mm-hmm. That's what it's called.
Yep.
And he said it made him like Charlotte less. It made me instead kind of realize, like, most people have to work their way up through WWE, right? She never had to do that, which, again, spoiled kid problems, but it shows that, like, she never really had to struggle, so she only had the title picture. So she doesn't know how to do anything other than be in the title hunt or have the title. So, like, when she came back, she thought she was going to get cheered, and people were like, fuck, that means she's getting a belt again. And she didn't realize people would fucking hate that, because she's only, like, they thought automatically she was going to get a title. So it's nice seeing her partnered up with somebody and giving her a personality for once, other than just, I'm Charlotte, I should have a belt. I like this pairing. I like them being champions. I like them being partners. I know it's going to inevitably make into a turn or something, because that's what WWE does. But this giving Charlotte something other than, I'm Charlotte Flair, I should have the main belt, is good for her.
I'm Ric Flair's daughter. I didn't get what I want. Don't they know who I am? I've been athletic my whole life, and as soon as my body breaks, I'm sad because I've been athletically gifted my whole life. That's the part that made me almost fucking rifle my phone out my window. That was the part that I was like, dude, shut the fuck up, please.
Well, again, like, if you have a parent that is constantly telling you, this is what I expect of you, this is what you're supposed to do, your life, like, you are supposed to be this, and then all of a sudden you fucking can't, that's gotta suck, right?
You are absolutely correct. However, I think I'm definitely punching up here, because when that gets told to someone like me, I have to nut up and figure out how to do it on my own. When something like that gets told to Charlotte, she gets to go and cry in Daddy's mansion while he gets on the phone and tries to figure out which of the best doctors in America can help out this situation, because he's got the money to pay for everything.
To be fair, he doesn't have the money. WWE paid for everything.
Dude,
Flair's trying to make energy drinks and be in rap videos. Come on now.
He's having his like 4th midlife crisis or whatever. My problem with this match is not the pairing of Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, because everyone had fun. Everybody in that arena had fun. The crowd was having fun. My entire section was into it. People, every time Charlotte hit a chop, everyone was wooing. Like it was a fun match to watch, and they have a fun dynamic. I just honestly kind of wish that they didn't get the tag team titles yet. I understand the story that they're trying to tell
That's
of
also
like,
fair,
could they
because
be
they
on?
rushed it.
Could yeah, I understand they're trying to be like, well, if they get on the same page, they can win the titles, and they're able to do that. And now what's next for them as a united team? But it's like, I don't know. I wish you could have, especially with the Raw women's tag division. It's a little barren. And I mean, like, obviously now you have another team, you have new champions, you have new stories that come from that. But you also could have extended this just a little bit longer, especially like, at the end of the month, they're in fucking Paris. Like you could have always had something there. You're going to need some sort of match to really fill that. So I don't know. I feel like it was a good match. I liked it. I'm excited to see what they're going to do on Raw tonight, especially with this women's tag division, because the Raw women's tag division is really fucking lacking. And it really has just been the Judgment Day in general. Yeah. And it has really just been the Judgment Day for a long time.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens there. But that was not the match that opened up the show, because we had another tag team match to open the show. We had the Super Usos, Roman Reigns, and the Yeet Man, Jey Uso, going up against the Brawns, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the naughty boys. Paul Heyman over at ringside, the Shula Fala. We got some new terms now. So the Shula Fala.
I love that.
That is the Roman. That is the Roman Reigns' sneakers
And
around the
really,
neck of Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed has a new nickname, the Tribal Thief.
I
love it. Yes, I fucking love
so
everything
good.
about this, dude. It's, to me, like, especially with what we thought the situation was at the time, because obviously at the end of the night, spoiler alert,
Well,
we figure out what's going on with Seth Rollins. But
yeah,
for what was happening,
let's play that back from what I said last week. So happy about that.
Yeah, no, you were fucking on it. But like this, watching this match and thinking at the time that like Seth Rollins is fucking out and they need to pivot, seeing that they were going like, all right, Braun Breaker is going to be that fucking dude who's going to be the workhorse. He's going to be in the ring, right? He's running the gauntlet as soon as Seth was down. He's going spear to spear with Roman Reigns. Like, and then Bronson Reed coming in and just being a legitimate powerhouse and fucking stealing the shoes of Roman Reigns and wearing them to fucking media week, wearing them to press conferences, wearing them to meet and greets with fans just around the neck. Like that, seeing that kind of shit happening at that time, it's like, okay, WWE could pull the trigger on these guys.
And can I say, Roman's dive was fucking beautiful. The
Dude,
fact that
Roman
he
almost
knew
died.
he was going to miss, so he over-torqued to like basically land on his feet. What?
Yeah, no, Roman almost fucking died. I don't know what the camera angle looked like, but you could tell as soon as he jumped that you were like, oh my God, this dude's going to overshoot. And I can't remember the last time I saw Roman Reigns jump over the top rope like that.
That far at that, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
launched himself.
He's super oos, dude. He's super oos.
Well,
and then you turn around on the other side and see Braun Breaker launch himself and apparently shatter his knees on impact when he jumped onto Roman and landed like on top.
Yeah, he hit the ledge. He like slammed his knee into the corner. I mean, he was walking. People have posted footage of like he was at a meet and greet on Sunday. His knee was not wrapped. Like he was limping, but he was walking on it. So if anything, maybe some rest and ice and stuff like that. I don't know if he's gonna have a match tonight, but it doesn't seem like he's really injured.
Yeah, but he was walking at the end of that night.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if I slam my knee into an announce desk like that, I would also be limping. And hey, at the end of the day, in this new WWE that we find ourselves in with WWE Unreal, and we know that if they think there's a camera on them, they're going to work it at all opportunities. Who knows? Maybe Braun Breaker's totally fine. Maybe Triple H just said, hey, man, limp around for a couple of days.
Limp around, you're good. Take
Work
it
for
easy.
Seth Rollins.
You're not fighting. I think great open, good feel good open.
Mm-hmm.
I really just wish that Naughty Boys were able to pick up a win here.
Yeah.
Albeit this is, again, in our recording, this is before Monday Night
Raw. Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to bet that they're probably going to be a bit of an attack on Uso and Reigns in true fashion of you got to let them win at the pay-per-view, and then you get to stand tall the night afterwards on Raw. But we got about 40 minutes before that happens, so we'll see. Other than that, love the open.
Yeah, and it was a great opening match, and then again followed by the great WWE Women's Tag Team match that we talked about. And then that was followed by probably one of the most anticipated matches of the weekend. Just from at least the people that were there, I can definitely tell you that MetLife Stadium was loud as fuck for Karrion Kross, because Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross are in an interesting situation where Karrion Kross's contract is set to expire soon. Nobody knows exactly when, but apparently just soon. Karrion Kross has said that it's coming up soon. WWE fans have been cheering "We Want Kross" for seemingly months at this point.
Just quick sidebar on that. I don't want to be too mean, but fuck them for going, yeah, we want Brock, now you got him, while they're still chanting "We Want Kross."
Yeah,
Bag of fucking dicks.
Yeah, that's Triple H rewriting history. That was "We Want Kross," not "We Want Brock." Yeah. But and Karrion Kross he's done something interesting, where he's acknowledging kind of the fact that he's getting snubbed by WWE even after this match, which, I mean, I would still say that the Kross push has not happened because he was fucking haluva kicked by Sami Zayn. And listen, Sami Zayn, I get, again, ultimate underdog, blah, 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 blah. He got his ass kicked for that entire fucking match. The entire match. And then it's just one haluva kick, Blue Thunder Bomb. The Blue Thunder Bomb didn't even win because the ref was late. You know, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, Sammy hit his spots and then, he beat Kross. And on the way out, it looked like they were kind of saying something a little bit back and forth. I don't know if Mike's caught it up on the pay-per-view or not, but it looked like at least there was a little bit of like a, hey, thank you kind of thing. I mean, obviously the story of the match was kind of that, like, could Sammy turn heel? Can Kross get him to do it? There was the pipe involved with Scarlett. And it was a good match, but it's one of those things where even if Sammy did turn heel, how many times has Sammy turned heel? Him and Kevin Owens. It's like, dog, you can be whatever the fuck you want because, like, you've been a heel and a face so many times that it just doesn't matter anymore. So I like this match. I like Karrion Kross. I just wish that Karrion Kross would have actually gotten a win. I think that would have done him a lot of good.
And this one for me actually did in fact the complete opposite. I think this was the fucking stinker of the weekend. I really I don't know if it's a me issue or what or whatever. It's something wrong with it. It's a skill issue, whatever you feel like calling it. Done with Sami Zayn, if I haven't made that perfectly clear enough. And I'm gonna say it, I think I'm also kind of done with the Karrion Kross experiment. If they're not gonna fucking do anything with the guy, if they're just gonna constantly feed him to Sami Zayn over and over and over again, and still somehow, some way, Sami Zayn's still the underdog in the scenario. Really fucking odd how that one works out. Just let the man walk. Just let the man walk. Don't send him down to NXT and try to rebrand himself that way. Just let the motherfucker go at this point. If you're not gonna do anything with him, get him out of town. Let him go to the indies. I don't even want it to do a Cody at this point. Just let the man thrive in WWE or in WWE. Let the man thrive in the indies, and that's it. Yeah. This whole thing is just kind of felt like a middle finger because we've been really riding him since Mania, since he built the Logan Paul AJ Styles feud, whereas they didn't do it. And
that is the most absurd thing about that. He built that feud for WWE. He's the one that did all the work, and they were just like, fuck that dude.
And making it to this point at SummerSlam, where your reward is getting on the card and losing to the same guy you already lost to 3 or 4 times beforehand, that to me is a big old fucking middle finger. I say I'm done. We want Kross. It ain't we no more. You ain't including me. I want Kross to get the fuck out of town and get his ass on the indies and see him there. Send the man to Bloodsport. Send the man to Bloodsport.
I think he does great in Bloodsport. I like watching him there. I think honestly, Karrion Kross was also not the only one that kind of has gotten kind of fucked over on a push. Jade Cargill went up against Tiffany Stratton, singles match for the WWE Women's Championship, and Tiffany Stratton retained. Which I mean, obviously, you know, she's still obviously got a lot of time left with that title if they wanted to do that. It's Tiffany Stratton. She can go every week if they need her to. But at the same time, it's Jade Cargill. And Jade Cargill is still very new and still very like people wanted to see Jade Cargill. People wanted to see Jade Cargill win. People in the crowd, especially my section, they weren't liking Tiffany Stratton. I don't know what it sounded like on TV, but in my section, they were very, very loud whenever Tiffany would do anything to Jade. It was the loudest boos. In fact, this was actually a match where there was arguments in my section over Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Like, people behind me were fucking yelling at each other over this. And a lot of people were in Jade's corner. But, you know, she retains, and I feel like you can always come back to this, right? Like, these two women are the future of the women's division. So they got plenty of time left.
This one being immediately after Sammy Cross, and it only being, I think either I timed it or a friend timed it, it only being about around 7 minutes.
7 minutes, 5 seconds.
Woof. Woof. I understand that this is probably the beginning of a very long feud between these two, because these two have a very, very long way to go. But my God, that is a bit of a wet fart to start out the feud.
To be fair, they did have to cut that match short so we could get another fucking tribute to Hulk Hogan and the Coney section for the drumsticks.
And showing off that Triple H is going to give steroids to every child in America or whatever, allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very loud boos for that one. Thank God. Yeah, you know, they had to cut time from that match for all that, and also so that way fucking Donut Hole could go out there and get put through an announce table.
Okay. We're on to that one.
Mm-hmm.
I will give the man credit where credit is due, and also immediately take it away from him as well.
Listen.
Yeah.
Donut Hole moved. Okay, he moved. I'll give him credit. He moved. He went. They went 17 minutes and 10 seconds.
Shouldn't have.
But they did, and he went. And he took a very, very intense bump from Logan Paul, a big old frog splash to the announce table, which I did not expect him to take. However, he did just lay there and cover his dick for the good minute to 2 minutes that Logan Paul was trying to get everything set up on the corner.
He tensed up. He was getting ready to get hit, but you're not supposed to do that until he's fucking in the air. And otherwise, you should be, getting off the table. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch much of this match. This was my piss break, as I said last week. It was, and I held myself to that. I got a nice hot dog. I got some fries. I got an orange crush because we were in MetLife Stadium. And
nice.
And then I got back to my seat. Watched Logan Paul frog splash jelly roll through the fucking announce table, and 1, 2, 3. So I don't really have much to add here because I didn't watch this match. Like I said, I wouldn't last week.
Short of it.
Unfortunately, between the two, I would say you got the much better viewing experience, because I got a couple things. One, that man's voice is not built for Randy Orton's theme. I don't know why he's so goddamn insistent in singing Randy Orton's theme song. Knock it the fuck off, sir. 2, Randy Orton, holy moly, that's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
That's a fucking big.
It's like 280 or something. He's big.
Well, yeah, this is the meatiest Randy Orton we've ever had. I mean, he was lean when he was younger. He's a meaty boy now.
The way that the camera was when he came out. Oh my God, that's a big meaty man right there. I'm like, holy.
Well, and so, all right, positives for Jelly Roll, right? He did the work.
Yeah.
He took some big spots. He hit a couple decent moves. His decent moves being a well set choke slam and a decent looking black hole slam. Not great.
I wonder who trained him.
I wonder. even though they also showed the producers right afterwards. Thanks, Abyss. But props to him for being under 300 pounds for the first time in his life, or since 6th grade.
That was epic.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're rich enough, you can be whatever weight you want.
He still moves like an old fat guy. So, I mean, he did a lot of standing in place, or like when he would drop down to a knee, it was still very slow. So hey, if
I may, as a fat guy, when you gain a bunch of weight like that and then you lose it real quick, the skin doesn't go anywhere. So you're still dealing with all that while you're trying to move. So I think he was moving slow for
well, except for being a big fat guy, he also has something that a lot of other fat guys don't, and it's called a fuckload of money.
Yeah.
So he could probably get a lot of that skin taken care of if he wanted to.
You want to know the other thing that he has that a lot of fat guys don't have? Like
face tattoos.
What would that be?
No acting skills, because Jesus Christ. Whereas I'm glad that one of us was able to distract themselves for this match. Mike and I were suspect to Jelly Roll having to act on camera. I will give the man more credit. He has a presence on camera. I'm not going to say it's great. I'm not going to say it's shit. He has a camera presence. That does not mean the motherfucker can act. While he was getting dragged away by people and trying to sell his ass off, oh my God, my small intestine's about to pop out my mouth. And looking back at the ring and seeing Orton beaten and bloodied, and he starts pouting. And he's trying his hardest to cry. And
that was his weird looking family at ringside. Sorry, guys.
Of course that was his family. That fucking tracks. And he can't. No, I can't leave Orton behind. That moment happening, I turned the fucking TV off. I couldn't watch it anymore. I was like, am I supposed to feel something here? Am I supposed to feel empathy of a man just doing a frowny face while looking at the ring? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they kept on panning to his face like it was
going to change. They kept doing it.
Same look every time.
Yeah, you're like he's not have the facials.
Yeah, guys, he's not getting it. Can we stop? Can we stop looking at his face, please?
What made me feel better is him getting in there, trying his best to fight back a little bit, and taking way too long on the choke slam with Logan Paul because he was probably.
That's what I mean. It was a well set choke slam.
It was a 1, 2, you ready? 3
and jump. Seeing Drew McIntyre try to kick that man's head off, clean off his shoulders, really tickled me fucking pink. It made me feel a lot better. Did not expect Drew and Logan to get the win. Happy they did. I don't want these two to be a tag team. However, with what Drew was saying on the post show, I do not mind if they start looking out for each other. Can
I say something that's going to make you feel bad?
What?
This isn't the last time we're going to see Jelly Roll in a WWE ring.
Jackal has left the call.
Apparently he didn't like that. Yeah, that was something they made.
Oh, welcome back.
They made that crystal clear, is that Jelly Roll is not going to be a one-off.
I also read that keep in mind, this is coming from Meltzer, which after the Seth Rollins shit, take anything from Meltzer with a grain of salt because he gets worked.
Yep.
But apparently, allegedly, the idea was originally for Jelly Roll to get the pinfall victory.
Yes.
Oh.
So Jelly Roll would have been pinning either Drew McIntyre or Logan Paul.
So that was actually something that I guess a lot of people were saying, is that this changed very, very, very last minute, and I don't know why, but good.
Yeah, I'm glad. I would have been okay with it if it was Randy getting the pinfall, but there's no reason why fucking Jelly Roll needs to be hitting a choke slam and getting a pinfall at SummerSlam. That's a waste.
Now I have to mentally fucking prepare myself for more of this shit. It was the 3 of these matches in a row, back to back, really brought night 1 down for me. But thankfully, everything past this point really brought night one back up to where it should be.
Yeah, because the main event of night one.
Oh my God, Mike, you just snapped my neck. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck? Was that your knuckles?
No, that's some Coors Banquet, baby.
Oh,
I had to start drinking. We were talking about Jelly Roll too long.
That's fair.
I just snapped my neck then.
Oh. Uh-oh. Maybe it was the former World Heavyweight Champion Gunther.
Former?
Because in the main event, we had CM Punk and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Could Gunther lock in and finally shake off getting choked out by the Yeet Man at WrestleMania? Could CM Punk get another Summer of Punk? Maybe his last one ever? CM Punk did wind up defeating Gunther. That was a hell of a match. I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, the end of the match.
Before we get into it, get into after the match, we have not seen Gunther bleed. And this and it was comical. It was over the top. I fucking loved it because he is such a dominating force. And for the first time, he had to see that he was human and that the guy across the ring from him didn't give a fuck.
And
I loved it. He was freaking out and Punk was just like, yeah.
Okay. What I really liked about that is if you go back and watch it, I mean, obviously he fucking bladed. He went under the goddamn announce table and came out covered in blood. Obviously he bladed. But
a little bit.
What I liked about that is that Gunther, like, actually in real life needs to take time off for nose surgery. I guess he has some sort of fucked up thing. I'm not exactly sure, but at least that's what Fightful is saying, is that he needed to actually take time off. And if you go back and watch that match, Gunther comes up, there's so much blood on his face that you can't really tell where it's coming from, and he's holding his nose like he broke it.
Yeah.
Like, he's selling the fact that he in real life has this injury. And this is where it starts to kind of become apparent of what the new kind of kayfabe is, because Gunther is, seemingly taking a real injury and working it into a match. I mean, obviously he was fine. He was blading, and the CM Punk's a professional. He's not punching him in the face for real. Like, it's pro wrestling. But if you suspend that disbelief for a little bit, and hey, Gunther needs to take time off for this injury, that heading into this match, and then you see him come up, his face is covered in blood. He just took a fucking spill. He's holding his nose, and you're like, holy shit, is he actually injured? Because that's what was going through my head for the first couple of seconds that he popped up. I went, oh my God. It's like, oh my God, he's actually hurt. And then you see the fucking gash in his forehead, and you're like, okay, well, I mean, it's not coming from his nose, but it's still like Gunther was able to sell that so fucking masterfully. What I love about Gunther, and like Mike, you talked about it, like with Gunther tapping out, is that he's quick to crumble. He's hard to crumble. But when he comes down, like when he's putting a submission, he's tapping. Yeah. When he's bleeding, he's fucking gone. He went into panic mode. He went fight or flight. And like that's how you have to be that character, where it's like you're this unstoppable monster, but as soon as somebody gets you, they fucking get you. And I mean, obviously this match was, just backed up by, again, the new kind of kayfabe, with Seth Rollins finally cashing in the Money in the Bank. We were all fucking worked, and Seth Rollins used his daughter to lie to us, but he did it.
But who knew immediately? Her preschool teacher.
Yup, I saw that clip too.
What?
Yeah, so Seth obviously had to like tell his daughter what was happening, right? Because like you can't work your own daughter. So he had to tell her. And he told her that he had a pretend boo-boo and that it was a game and they had to keep this secret. And apparently Seth's daughter immediately told her teacher. And her teacher obviously, I guess, didn't give a shit because she didn't leak anything. But at least one person out there knew that Seth Rollins was not legitimately injured.
That's fucking funny.
I can only imagine what the commentary sounded like. Because in the stadium, it was loud as fuck. And as soon as Seth Rollins turned around and started walking back to the he started walking back to the entrance, it got dead fucking quiet, and as soon as those crutches dropped, it came right back up. Like I have, it was so fucking insane. The fucking arena was shaking. It wasn't just because there was an earthquake afterwards, which there was an earthquake later that night, not caused by Seth Rollins cashing in, but like the MetLife has never been that loud. I don't think they're definitely not getting that loud for a Giants game or a Jets game. That's for damn sure.
Oh, hell no. Unless they actually start winning for once.
Yeah, like that was insane. Such a good cash in. I mean, obviously, you know, we talked about it, but I mean, I legitimately thought that Seth Rollins was hurt. Especially once I saw Becky's post with going down the street with his daughter and the crutches and showing up on the Rich Eisen show on crutches and talking about going to Alabama for surgery and shit. And it's like, damn, he's really fucking hurt. This is really real. And it's like, no, dog, the kayfabe's still here, baby. We all got fucking worked. Everybody that I was talking to the next day was like, dude, this is the fucking greatest thing that they've ever done. And it kind of sucks a little bit for Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed that this push is getting killed. But I mean, at the same time, I'd argue that you're just strapping a rocket to the entire faction.
All I'm saying is I should be in that writer's room.
You should be.
Shit, man. You'll be better than the one dickhead who's like, what if Chelsea Green comes out at 30 and everybody's already eliminated, so she automatically wins?
Hey, I like that idea. That would have been funny.
To be fair, I would have liked to see Chelsea Green in the main event. It's better than the dickhead that went, do a Hogan leg drop as your finish. Don't do your...
Right.
Don't do your finisher. Do Hogan's instead.
I think, to quick circle back, I'll make mine quick because you guys kind of hit all the notes that I wanted to touch on. I think Gunther reacting to the blood felt so good in a way because it really, I'm assuming at least, it kind of felt that it was because it was genuine. I think he genuinely didn't realize how much he probably bladed, and then getting the blood and sweat in your eyes going, what the fuck? I can't fucking see a fucking
There was so much blood.
going on.
So much.
Probably a little bit of genuine panic setting in there. But no, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Like, Unreal, sure, we see these guys working together, but CM Punk and Seth Rollins fucking hate each other. Seth said, as long as I am living, CM Punk will never be champion in WWE. And 5 minutes and I think, 4 seconds later?
Yep.
There he comes out to prove the point.
Technically he was wrong.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's true. He was wrong for about 5 minutes. But
you know what I love?
Still
you know what I love
Drew's.
the most? You know what I love? Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I love that it was shorter than Drew's because you're furthering another story. And it's like there's so much happening here. Especially, Drew is never going to let Punk live that down.
No.
Never.
No.
Like, there is a match right there just based on that 40-second difference.
I just think, I'll keep it short with the injury one at least, is that I fully think that the injury was real at first. With the finish with LA Knight at Saturday night's main event, is that you don't have like that sloppy of a finish if something doesn't get tweaked. You know?
Yeah.
Like, because if Seth Rollins doesn't queef, you don't finish that match like that.
I don't queef if Seth Rollins doesn't finish.
Conversely, this whole story is gross, by the way. Seth, we're going to have you fake an injury. LA Knight, you're now going to be left off of the SummerSlam card, by the way. That doesn't seem very agreeable on paper. I'm sure LA Knight's a company guy and all, but that doesn't make any sense to me. I feel the pivot happened. He gets hurt. He gets diagnosed. They go, oh, fuck. Well, normally with these type of injuries, it's 3 to 6 months recovery. But with you, it's going to be like a 1 to 2 month recovery. Because sure, he came out and cashed in, but maybe that's all that he could have done. Because I guarantee you, he's not going to fight tonight. He's not going to fight next week. I think Seth's next match is Paris. And since Saturday night's main event was the beginning of July, that's still 2 months of recovery and not doing anything, you know?
Very true.
Yeah, and somebody pointed out, I saw this online today, just kind of scrolling through TikTok. Seth, the knee brace that he was wearing was not, like, when he first got hurt, that was the actual type of like knee brace that you would be wearing for that kind of injury. And I guess the one that he was wearing last night was like not supportive in the right place or something weird. Like, well, like there was somebody that was like, yeah, no, like you can tell that like here, like this did change. And so there might be something to that. I honestly, especially knowing what Seth did, you know, for WrestleMania 40 and stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised if you're exactly right. Where, you know, the doctors are like, look, dog, you can run, you can go to the ring, you can hit one stomp. That's all you get. And that's all they needed, because it wasn't a whole match. It was 10 seconds. It was boom, done, 1, 2, 3. And that was all they
amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And you're surrounded by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. So you have people that can get physical. You know, you have your bodyguards.
Because I saw that, and then the next day went, wait, where the fuck's LA Knight then? if he's fine, where's LA Knight? You know,
LA Knight's in his Slim Jim commercials. Yeah, we should move on to night 2 here, because we opened up night 2 with yet again a hell of a women's triple threat. Seems like whenever you see one of these on the card, you know they're going to deliver. Naomi retaining against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Naomi being played down to the ring by her father. I loved that. He could fucking shred. That was awesome.
And we had Rhea taking the pin for, I think, the first time.
Yeah.
And so now people can't, you know, because everybody was like, well, she never takes the pin. She's always in the main event, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, now she took the pin on the main stage.
Yeah, and everyone looked great in that match. Everyone looked fucking awesome.
So, loved the match. Loved it. Rhea, Io, very excited to see where that goes. I would love for them to maybe take on Alexa and Charlotte in the tag division, because now this sets up Naomi and Stephanie in Paris, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. Very excited to see this one as well too. Like where it's going.
Yeah, I mean this is the push forward that this story needed, right? This is the solid defense. Show Naomi that, you know, hey, yeah, she won this through a cash-in, but she can still retain. And the thing that bothered me about this, though, was during the post-show, when Triple H is like, look at how much Naomi has grown, blah, 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 blah. Dog, you're the one that was booking her to lose. Naomi's always been... Like, people acting like Naomi is just coming into this didn't watch her in TNA. And I understand that, you know, they maybe just didn't want to watch TNA at the time or whatever, but, like, she's always had this. She had this when she was a fucking Funkadactyl. It's just they didn't want to use her. And it's like, it's good to see that she's now actually getting not just title shots and not just title opportunities, but, like, actual really good, solid defenses, right? It was a triple threat, right? There's fucky shit that goes down during a triple threat, but I wouldn't say that Naomi weaseled her way out of it. You know what I mean? Like, they beat the shit out of each other.
All at the end, but still, like, contributed, participated, beat the snot out of both Rhea and Io as well. And I think the stealing it just sort of plays into the character a bit more. But the duration of the match really showed her that she could fucking hang with these two mainstays of the Raw Women's Division. And I think it fucking did its job very well.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was followed up by a hell of a TLC match. The 20th anniversary of the TLC match. And, you know, when the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys are in attendance, you know it's going to be fucking crazy. The Wyatt Six, Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy, your tag team champs, defending against Andrade and Rey Fenix, DIY, Fraxium, the Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. Fucking absolutely wild, insane match. That wasn't even everyone that was involved. We got Candice LeRae, we got B-Fab, we got basically everybody. We got fucking Nikki Cross, Sister Abigail, we got Uncle Howdy. Like, anybody that they could have found to get into this match, they did. I don't know how the fuck Candice LeRae is able to walk. That was insane.
That was such a good
bomb. Hell of a spot.
I didn't know ladders could break like that. That was insane. That was I saw Johnny Gargano posted on Twitter. He was like, for those wondering, I didn't sleep on the couch last night.
But he's like, we were in a hotel room. It didn't have a couch.
Yeah.
no couch for me to sleep on. What the fuck happened to his throat? He kind of sounded like we did after all this screaming. Yeah, he's kind of talking like a Vinci Johnny Gargano in the post show.
I think he caught his throat on the rope. Right, he got pushed off the ladder, right?
I was gonna say he did go through what 2-3 tables as well.
Yep, yeah. Him and Tommaso going through the side. It was really good, man. Great showings from everybody.
Can we also just take a moment to acknowledge how much of a freak athlete Montez Ford is? Fucking
hell yeah.
Jumping over the corner post. But then, like, that's not enough. Let's lean a table up so he has to get even further. Like, that dude he could be a fucking Olympian if he wanted to. When Montez and Bianca Belair have a kid, that child is going to be a fucking freak. Like,
it's the world's first superhero.
Yeah, but of course the Wyatt Six retain, and just a good win and a really good moment for Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy is from New Jersey, CZW guy, so nice to see him getting a win in a match of this style in New Jersey. Kind of feels like a nice full circle moment for Joe, and actually something good for the Wyatt Six, because they need some story going on, so at least give them some good defenses. And with all these teams, you're setting up fucking something, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I would say some of these teams could maybe, I don't know, possibly go over to the Raw tag division because, good God, man, it needs some help.
No, just combine them all.
I think fair.
Well, I think, because, like, the story obviously was, can these teams, team up to take down the Wyatt Six because they're going to hold the division hostage or whatever. I don't really think that part of the story was so strong, but if that's a part of the story that you're going to go with, they failed. The Wyatt Six still hold that title. You could have teams like DIY just say, hey, fuck y'all, we're going. Did you see what happened to us out there? We're going to fucking Raw. Fuck these guys. You could easily have that. And I mean, Andrade and Rey Fenix, an amazing team. Obviously, people want to see Rey Fenix with Penta, but Andrade and Rey Fenix is a great pairing, especially for someone like Andrade and Rey Fenix, who have been sitting in fucking catering. So I absolutely love that pairing, and you could easily put them over on Raw. Maybe even use that as an opportunity to get Penta in that scene. So a lot of things that can happen in the tag division, and a lot of good things that came out in that match. After that, we already talked about it, but we had Becky versus Lyra, with Becky retaining. And then we had what I thought was quite honestly a stinker of a cage. Solo Sikoa defeating Jacob Fatu by escaping the cage.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there were handcuffs, right? There was some fuckery. Jimmy Uso came out for the save. The MFTs were out. By the way, the MFTs, they are the motherfucking Tongans. I don't care what the hell WWE is calling them. They are the motherfucking Tongans. So there's a lot of shit there. Did you just post a picture of me in the crowd?
I'm watching some highlights back as we speak, and I think I might have pinpointed you.
Is this night 1 or night 2?
This is night 2. This is during the TLC match.
Night 2 during the TLC.
I see the large, big brown John Cena jersey, not the large big brown Cena, unlike what Fire Guy Kev thought I thought. With the steel cage match, it's they kind of fucked up with it, at least from a broadcast perspective, because they missed the most important part of the match. That Tala Tonga handcuffed Fatu to the top, and then they didn't show how Fatu got himself unhandcuffed from the top of the cage.
Yeah, and even in the arena, people were like, "Wait, how did Jacob do that? Like, what happened?" And I mean, obviously, he's just a fucking freak, and he just ripped it off the goddamn chain. But like, there was definitely that confusion in person too, of like, "Wait, what the fuck just happened?" And it wasn't like a shock to what just happened. It was like how did he was handcuffed. But
big man handcuffed, now not handcuffed. Where'd handcuff go?
Yeah, and I mean, they showed it in the replay, and people were like, "Oh, okay, all right." And I kind of just chalked it up to like it was, just being in person rather than being, watching it on TV.
Yeah.
Nope, they just didn't really show it there either.
It's up there too.
Yeah, but I just hope that we get something good out of this, especially with the MFTs, because I feel like out of everyone, I feel like they are the ones that are kind of becoming the stars out of this. So if we can go ahead and get some good stories for them, and if we can actually get them, looking dangerous and not just looking like Solo Sikoa's henchmen, I'd love that a lot. Also, I am in that screenshot that you posted. I went ahead and circled myself.
I couldn't imagine having somebody like Jeff Cobb on the roster and then just being like, you know what, I'm going to make him henchman number 3, and he's not really going to have any singles matches, even though he's one of the most physically impressive guys we have.
Who's Jeff Cobb? You mean JC Mateo? Are you getting confused?
No, I know what I said. I'm not saying his slave name.
Damn, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
I just want the motherfucking Tongans and Jacob Fatu to not interact with each other anymore. I would like Fatu to go do shit that doesn't involve Samoans, and I would like the motherfucking Tongans to go do shit that doesn't involve Samoans. There are so many people on this roster. Hell, let's do MFT versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. Fuck it. Rey Fenix and Andrade need something to do. Well, here's a whole big group that they can fight nonstop, and they can do whatever the fuck they want with them. Fatu, you could go see what Cody's doing now, or maybe you could be a stop on Cena's retirement tour. Or I would say you would see what Dirty Dom and AJ are doing, but they're on Raw.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Well, and Dirty Dom is also splitting his time between WWE and AAA. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied here because Dominic Mysterio, he retained his Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles and now finds himself hunting the AAA Mega Championship, which is their equivalent of the WWE Undisputed title. So he would be the guy in AAA and holding the Intercontinental title. And I mean, this match, I loved Dom versus AJ, specifically for just all the fucking references that were there. I honestly couldn't give a shit about Dom versus actual AJ, but AJ doing all of Eddie's shit, like the gear,
that's
like
fun.
Dom's gear was mimicking Rey Mysterio's gear. It was just a fun match. Coming out in the lowrider. I don't know who the fuck was in the lowrider with him. Did they say that on commentary?
It was his kid.
Oh, okay. All right. Regardless, it was still fun. It was a fun match, and it was a match that I think a lot of people kind of used to go to the bathroom, if you catch my drift. But
unfortunately, it was the piss break right before John Cena's final SummerSlam match.
It was fun, and Dominic Mysterio, they did the whole injury angle thing that we thought was just for Saudi Arabia, but I don't know if we're ever going to actually get an explanation on that. Obviously, I mean, yeah, I guess they're just going to go with the fact that he was faking it, which I guess, but I don't know. I feel like there's a more productive way to use Dom and AJ for that build-up. But I mean, the match was good. It was fun. Obviously, they kind of just wanted to get those moments in. Can't really complain. It was good, and it was a nice piss break for the main event, because the main event of SummerSlam Night 2, the stop John Cena's last time in New Jersey, John Cena's last SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes and John Cena found themselves in a street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes walked away the victor with title number 2 and did not turn
both good guys.
heel. Yep.
Yeah, both good fellas, both nice boys.
Listen, I'm happy that we get good guy John back. I
wanted
kind of
Homelander, though, I'll be honest.
I that's what I thought they were gonna do. I know a lot of people were like a lot of people on night 2 were saying, like, what if John Cena was just acting, right? Like, what if it's all a ploy or whatever? And that would have been good. I would have been okay with that. But I really thought we were gonna get heel Cody, and especially like when he took the bottom rope off and he's hitting John, and I'm like, dog. That's where my voice went, because I'm standing there going, oh my God, Cody Rhodes is going to turn heel. I'm yelling at Cody to hit him again. I'm yelling at Cody to kick him in the nuts. Like, I really wanted that heel turn so bad. Obviously, we didn't get it. In my opinion, I feel like this was really meant to be John Cena kind of passing the torch to Cody Rhodes of like, you're the next guy that's just not going to turn. You know, they had their opportunity to do it. Instead, they turned John Cena. And I don't think that they're going to turn Cody for a while. I think he's probably going to stay in this in-between state that like Cena was, where people love him or people hate him. But I don't think Cody's turning heel. Not at least while he has this belt.
Not anymore,
real quick,
at least.
Jackal. You know how you said you thought the beginning thing was AI? Did you end up seeing that it wasn't?
Oh yeah, the Biggie had mentioned that it was two separate promos.
Yeah, from Dusty.
Together.
One I think was in WCW or something like that, and then the other was
fucking
the Hard
weird.
Knocks one.
that kind of threw me for a loop. And like, did they just fucking chat GPT motherfucking Cody's entrance? It really caught me off guard.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. It was it was one of those moments where you're like, oh shit, they're doing this.
It didn't really translate well to broadcast because they didn't use the audio from the entrance on broadcast at first. They were using the stadium audio. So I had no fucking clue it was Dusty for like the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, because you can't hear it.
Even more confusing. Right.
There were a lot of production issues, at least in the arena with their audio and shit like that. I don't know how much of it came through, but there were a lot of times where like music would just start randomly playing. Tons of commercials, like the ads and stuff that they're showing didn't have sound. Those. Yeah, it was it was interesting. I don't know if it was MetLife sound or if it was WWE sound, but I mean it's MetLife Stadium, so I wouldn't be surprised.
As far as this match goes, whereas WrestleMania 40 made me feel like I was a kid again with all everybody coming out down to the ring. This one made me feel like I was 13, 14 again at my first ever live event, seeing John Cena for the first time in Joe Louis Arena in a Detroit street fight. Every fucking time. It is a classic Cena thing. That match being a street fight. And this whole thing just felt, I hate using Michael Cole here, but it felt vintage John Cena. You know, and I think that is really what it needed. It was, and vintage.
We got one of the hardest fucking photos of the night by far.
Oh yeah,
when they were coming up and he just had Cody on his shoulders. I was like,
Cody Vader.
Shit,
that was so good. I love that so much.
Great.
That spot,
it was so cheesy, but perfect.
Phenomenal on broadcast.
Yeah, and then, you know, of course, we can't talk about this match, unfortunately, without talking about... Okay, well, I know we've already talked about this in our group chat, and I just want to say this on air. Brock Lesnar is explicitly named in a sex trafficking lawsuit that is still being litigated. And
44 times.
Yeah, 44 times he's named. And I understand that there's an innocent until proven guilty, but this is the same lawsuit that Vince McMahon said was finished because the findings were done, but it's still being litigated. This is still very active, and WWE bringing back Brock Lesnar, in my opinion, is a very bad idea. Listen. I was there when I was still in the arena when Brock Lesnar came back. It was loud. It was loud. WWE wanted the shock. They got the shock.
I got it.
WWE, unfortunately, decided to do this after they have a very clear political leaning. It's very obvious where WWE leans right now. It's very obvious what WWE's values are, or at least the people that are in charge of WWE, what their values are. I think people can handle that however they want to. I've seen people online that say that they don't even want to watch Raw tonight because they don't want to give WWE anything. And I think that's within your right if you want to do that. At the end of the day, they don't give a fuck. That's just what it comes down. They don't care. That's why they cut this fucking press conference, because they knew Brock Lesnar was coming back. They knew they were going to get flack for it online. And so they went, you know what? Fuck it. Let's blame the Waffle House orders. But we all know why they fucking won't talk to people right now. We all know why they stopped it after Triple H is standing behind Trump. Linda McMahon is the Secretary of Education. this company has a very clear political leaning, and you can do with that what you want to do. Personally, I'm not giving money to the things that I don't want to give money to. When Brock Lesnar's on my screen, turning it off. They're going to see those ratings drop, and they're going to respond to that. But, you know, at the end of the day, they're going to follow the money. So that impact has to be felt. But, you know, let's not forget the facts here. It says in the lawsuit that the only reason why Brock Lesnar did not have sex with Janelle Grant is because he was too drunk.
Well, there's another one where he had apparently, this is, again, all alleged, where they had messaged, and he said, you know, something along those lines of, hey, we need to meet up. And one of the first times she had declined, and because she was terrified. And she said that's the only reason she thinks she ended up safe, is because she had said, like, oh, I can't, I'm hurt or I'm sore or something like that. And that saved her from going that way. But it doesn't help the fact that, you know, somebody else allegedly was using her as basically a bargaining chip to keep people around or to keep people on contract. So
yeah, and
it's just bringing somebody like that back during what's going on is a bold fucking move. And it is going to, I think, alienate some of your fans.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also think, you know, if it makes me wonder if you're a woman in the WWE, do you start thinking about exit strategies?
Yeah, and I mean, even if you look at how WWE is handling the situation, so obviously they got rid of their media scrum, which, again, you know, it's Meltzer who said this, but Meltzer said that they got rid of it because of the Brock Lesnar stuff and because of the political stuff. They didn't want to take those questions. Now, other people have said that apparently it's been in talks for a while that they were going to get rid of these media scrums, but they still did the post show, and Triple H is still on the post show. And during the post show, Triple H is saying that it's apparently John Cena's wish to have Brock Lesnar in his retirement tour. However, in January, John Cena was saying how he wasn't pitching anything for this retirement tour, and he was doing what he was told. And CM Punk and Randy Orton have confirmed this. Those are recent opponents that are confirming that, yeah, he's just kind of getting told what to do by creative, and he's all for it. He's doing what he wants to do. So it's one of those things where, did John Cena want Brock Lesnar back? Did WWE want Brock Lesnar back? Brock Lesnar's apparently been cleared by WWE Legal for 4 weeks. So
hey, we looked into our guys. He's good.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't like this. I don't. I am intrigued to know what Brock Lesnar is going to do. I'm not watching it. I'm not. I love John Cena. I want to watch the John Cena retirement tour. I'm not watching John Cena versus Brock Lesnar in 2025. I'm not. What it comes down to at the end of the day is, honestly, it's kind of the same thing as Hogan, where, yeah, the dude had an impact on the business, and yeah, he's a freak of nature, and you know, he's a star in the wrestling industry, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's a good guy. And especially if what is in this lawsuit is true, he's a fucking monster, and not in a good way.
Nope.
If what's in this lawsuit is true, he should be in jail. Like, WWE bringing him back is so fucking tone deaf. Them cutting the media scrum this same weekend is so fucking tone deaf. The fact that they needed to bring him back just for the shock shows you what WWE is prioritizing right now. You know what I mean? And like, Mike, I agree with you. Like, are the women in that locker room safe? Because now you have an alleged sex trafficker in the locker room with. So
you know, I kind of doom said this last night, and the more I've been thinking about it, the more I think it might be true. And we'll get to overall SummerSlam, so we can kind of end that on a positive note.
Right? Yeah, I don't want to be too negative.
I'll end her.
But there is a part of me that fully believes that TKO still has. I don't think Triple H has really any say. That's a firm belief, because there is a vast difference in product from when Triple H was in control and now that TKO is really putting their foot down, right? The product has fallen off in a big fucking way. to that point, I also think that what they're doing is bringing in whatever money they think they can before they fucking jump ship. And I think this company is all of a sudden going to be sold again. And I said who I thought it was going to be sold to. That's where I think this is headed. I think TKO is getting ready to bring in whatever money they think possible. They're going for the biggest money draws they can before they bail and sell WWE. That's what I firmly believe. And I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. I hope I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong, because I've been watching WWE since 1994. You know, I want this company to succeed. I want this company to get better. And it was. When we got rid of crotchety old McMahon and Triple H had the reins, we had a pretty sweet fucking era, didn't we? And it's going away.
You know, if it's not Triple H making the decision and it's TKO making, that crotchety old man is still on the board of directors. That crotchety old man.
I thought he was off the board.
He still has a minority stake. I think it's like I think it's like 5% or something like that.
It's not much.
He still does have a seat, and you know, it's one of those things where who's making the decisions is a big question. And you know, like I said, it was very obvious this weekend what was a shameless corporate cash grab. I just don't want to let Triple H off the hook. I'm going to be honest.
I don't think you should be let off the hook, because you're with the ship, and I think you're partly responsible. Mm-hmm. But I think WWE Untold or whatever was made to put blame on that group. And that's why, you know, Nick Khan went, hey, I didn't know anything about anything. It was just kind of whatever Triple H and Bruce said. And we didn't see anything from any of the TKO people, because they were just like, yeah, you know, it's Triple H's thing. It's whatever he wants. I think that's a load of horse shit.
So this is all Peyton Manning's fault then.
Yeah, it is.
See, there we go. We finally figured out the fucking blame here. And
too much forehead.
Before you fucking yee country bumpkin ass backwood fucking hicks, you crayon eating morons, hop into the comment. Sit there, pray and get Brock Lesnar to beat his back. Brock Lesnar's the GOAT. Yeah, you free-frees can go watch Wednesday. We'll watch Brock Lesnar, brother. We got to get Vince McMahon back. It's going to be the biggest shock of all time. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, get out of the comments,
You really want to sit here and tell me that the man who's only 3 months younger than John Cena, who's currently on his retirement tour right now, is going to have a good match with him in the year of our Lord 2025? You think that Suplex City, which was made over 10 years ago, at this point, a decade ago, Suplex City is still have legs in 2025? You're really going to cream your shorts for 19, 20, 21 German suplexes a match? You really think that Cena's going to punch Lesnar in the head once? Lesnar's going to take a fucking switchblade and absolutely gouge his forehead open and then start bleeding all over the place? You're really going to lose your mind for that in 2025? You don't have Heyman no more. Lesnar can't fucking talk on his own unless it's a snarky one-liner. How the fuck are they going to build this for Paris? Because that's what I think it's going to happen. It's going to be Paris, because I've showed you boys the dates that Cena really only is going to build up until Paris and maybe the Australia one. And I don't think we're going to get Cena Lesnar every single pay-per-view until December. So I'm assuming it's going to be Paris. Lesnar can't talk on his own. He don't have Heyman. He's going to beat up Cena week after week after week, and then Cena's going to overcome it in Paris. Wow, congratulations. There you go. I just spoiled the match for you. You guys are losing your fucking mind over this? You guys are making TikTok edits and compilations over that? Really? Oh, he's going to go after more people on the roster. Oh, yeah, so we can get Lesnar Seth again? Oh, yeah, so we can get Lesnar and Reigns for the 47th time? My fucking God, no wonder some of you people just eat this shit up on a platter, because you were all probably fucking dropped as a baby, dude. It's going to be so repetitive, the same cookie cutter type shit. And guess what, morons? I haven't even brought up the legal stuff one time. You're probably getting all worked up and aggravated. I haven't even talked about the fucking legal ongoings that Aaron and Mike have just been talking about. I didn't even mention it a single fucking time, and I don't want to watch any of this shit to begin with. Lesnar has nothing productive to add to this fucking company anymore at all.
Yeah.
At all. And I'm not even mentioning the legal stuff. It's nothing positive. He's just here to suplex everybody over and over again. And wow, they overcome it in the end. What a fucking surprise. Oh my God. Wow. Who saw that one coming? Oh my God. He's going to throw him out of the ring, and it's going to be a 10 count almost every time, but he gets back in. He throws him out, almost a 10 count. He gets back in. Throws him out, almost a 10 count. He gets back in, and then he wins. Wow. Oh my God. What storytelling. What cinema. You enjoy it, you fucking marks. I'm going to go watch fucking football.
Yeah. And, to kind of wrap up on this, the way that I see this going with Brock Lesnar, because again, this is still ongoing litigation. This is still something that at any moment, like they're still in discovery right now. They're still working on getting this to court. They haven't even started that. Obviously, WWE has a way to deal with these situations. We've seen it in the past. They erase history. This is John Cena's retirement. John Cena's retirement tour is going to be remembered by him coming back, losing the Rumble, getting into Elimination Chamber, winning that, doing a dumb fucking heel turn with The Rock and selling his soul, but then turns out his soul had absolutely nothing to do with it, so all of that meant nothing. He was left on his own, floundered as a heel, because it wasn't a good heel run. The best part about it was the pipe bomb ripoff, and even that was sufferable at best. We finally get face John Cena back for the last, 9 dates of his retirement tour. He has 9 days left, and right now, he's going to have SmackDown in Montreal on the 8th, SmackDown in Dublin on the 22nd, SmackDown in France on the 29th, and the 31st Clash in Paris. And if all of those are with Brock Lesnar, if he's even in the same ring as Brock Lesnar, and it turns out that Brock Lesnar is not allegedly doing any of that, it turns out he is doing that, and he is guilty of that, then that is now 4 John Cena retirement matches that get scrubbed from the existence forever out of 30 total. It's an odd choice to put him with him. I don't buy that he was John Cena's fucking wish list. I legitimately think that John Cena has a wish list of people that he wants to work with, and I think that list got thrown out the fucking window when they turned him. And it's, where that heel turn is done, we can look back at it in retrospect. It was cool to see happen, but it didn't do anything. It wasted time. We got some lackluster Cena promos, some lackluster Cena matches. Every single match was a nut shot, belt shot, 1, 2, 3. Which, I mean, if that's what you want for your heel, that's what you want for your heel. But I don't think that's what people wanted at John Cena's retirement tour. I definitely don't think people want Brock Lesnar back. I don't want Brock Lesnar back. I think that's a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. But at the end of the day, at the end of the weekend, I should say, still a great show. And it had its moments where you want to not acknowledge that, you want to look away from it, but it's important to talk about it, and it's important to talk about the good parts too. So, at the end of the day, SummerSlam, I don't think it needed to be 2 nights, but it definitely still delivered on the moments that SummerSlam normally delivers. So, we got some good story out of it. We got some advancement. Cool with me.
Second night was really, really good. Had a lot of really good matches. A couple funky endings, but you take the CM Punk Gunther match with the Seth turn, throw that at either the beginning or the end, and make that one of the main moments of night 2, and then you have, like Alexa and Charlotte winning the belts somewhere in the middle. Like, that makes one perfect night, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm excited for football to start, fellas.
Yeah.
I am excited for some preseason football just to get it back on TV. It's going to be a good time.
We can't watch it until this episode gets wrapped up.
If you enjoyed this episode, you should go ahead and leave a like and a follow. Because, if you listen this far, if you're still here, then obviously you agree with us on Brock Lesnar. So give us a like, a follow, 5-star rating, help a podcast out. We'll keep shit talking everything Brock Lesnar does if you want us to. If you want to help us out, you want to support us a little bit, feel free to go to w.gg, use code 3COUNT on checkout, save yourself 10%. That's 3COUNT, number 3, COUNT. And if you want to find more of me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1 or at youtube.com at EraV1Music.
Jackal.
Jinkle Stinkle.
If you enjoyed the things I've said, don't worry. I'm currently making my own Shula Fala right now, and they will be available at jackaljoker.shop where you can buy it. I will sign it. I will not wear them. Quit sending me emails. I will not be sending you my worn shoes. Knock it off, Craig. It's never going to happen. Or if that doesn't work, twitch.tv/jackaljoker or youtube.com/jackaljoker. Work just as good.
And if you like me, keep listening to this again over and over until you almost think you can't stand our voices, and then just one more listen. And if you don't like me, that's fine. I'm busy loosening the bottom rope so Cody can untie it.
Yeah, he kind of struggled with that for a little bit.
Yeah, that's on me. I didn't loosen it.
A little time.
Yeah,
I didn't loosen it enough. That's on me. That's my bad.
You know, Jack. When you talk about football, I've been
yes.
I'm inspired by the people that go to Eagles games dressed up in the pads and the helmets and all that shit. So I got my own here. So I wanna just real quick test it if you don't mind. You used to play football, so just go ahead and just stand there. I'm just gonna run through you. All right, hey, Mike, can you give me the
play call?
Yeah.
All right. It's gonna be you're gonna pass. We're gonna do I don't know, curls. All right, you're going to be quarterback, and Era, you're going to do a middle linebacker blitz.
Here we go.
All right, bet.
Hey, quote 42. Quote 42. Chicken tendy. Omaha. Chicken tendy. Ford Bronco. Quote 42. Say go.
I got him, Mike. It's the XFL. We're mixing it together.
Oh God.
Get him.
Oh God.
I count it.
His leg is not supposed to do that. 1.
It's fine.
Oh boy. 2.
I put metal plates in my pads.
3. Oh, we should get him to the hospital. His leg is not supposed to be bent that way. Oh no. Yeah.
He's fine.
You okay?